Well, welcome, my friends. Another day, another flight. Beautiful late afternoon, early evening departure from Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Precisely 1 hour and 14 minutes ago. Where are we headed? Ah, the eternal question. Well, we're headed up to Duluth. Yes, Duluth. I've landed at Duluth in the sim several times, inspired, as I was, by having landed in Duluth in real life several times. I don't know, there's something about that airport I like. I don't know what it is. I like the airport. I like Minnesota. Last time I was in Duluth, it was to go up to a friend's place up in Tower, Minnesota, which is about I don't know, maybe an hour north of Duluth. But really a beautiful part of the country and the nicest people you've ever met in your life. And so green. Granted, I was there in July. Okay? So that probably informs my opinion as to how nice it is. It might be different in January. I suspect it almost certainly is. Anyway, nice weather today. Weather in Duluth at the moment is described as partly cloudy and 68 degrees. Doesn't look partly cloudy up here, but that could change in the next 48 miles, which is how much longer we've got to go before we get to Duluth. Relative humidity, just 22%, so it's dry. I actually noticed there's a special National Weather Service warning that was issued for the whole northeastern Minnesota area of fire risk. Anyway, winds are out of the south. If you know Duluth, you know the airport runway runs east-west. So we're landing to the west on runway 27, ILS runway 27. And you know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and enter in our ILS frequency for that runway, which is 108.7. Not 102.7. For those of you who live in LA, you'll get it. And there's actually a VOR at the airport, and that frequency is 112.6. We'll enter that as well. Set bearing 2 to nav 2. Let's see if we get in VOR information. We are. Gosh, just 20 miles from the DLH VOR. Pretty good. We'll switch bearing 1 over to nav 1 as we begin to turn final. Anyway, the runway length is nice. 10,591 feet. We'll be exiting left. Airport elevation is 1,428 feet. Approach course 273. We'll go ahead and set that on the HDG. 273. There we go. Making our right turn before we make our left turn. Look at that. Look at how green it is. Duluth approach. Cessna 3 Whiskey. There's Lake Superior. Out there. Descending to 3,200 feet. Time to start slowing down. We're 11,500 feet. And we're at 200. I just set 270 knots. Here's our approach. You got it? What was the altimeter? 3019er. Let's adjust that. I'm at 3021 right now. 3019er is adjusted. Got to get below that 250 knot speed limit, right? There it is. That's fantastic. Wow. Lake Superior. Continue slowing. 10,200 feet. We're set 250 on our selected airspeed. Anyway, yeah, we're doing the Dare transition. There's no star. There may be a standard terminal arrival. I would think there would be a standard terminal arrival for ILS runway 27 at Duluth, but there wasn't one in the sim. So, nevertheless, we're flying the ILS approach to runway 27 via the Dare transition. Not much in the way of information on the approach plate. That looks great. That looks great. Beautiful. All I was able to really glean from it was that at Ando, right here, ANDOE, Alpha November Delta Oscar Echo, we need to be at 3,200 feet. Not coincidentally, we've been cleared down to 3,200 feet. Shallow out our descent rate, though, now. A little more conservative and continue slowing. Looks like we are receiving ILS information. That's always encouraging. See this right here? That white diamond? It's coming up. Creeping up. It's just what you want to see. Continue slowing. I just love how the sunlight plays across the instrument panel. That never gets old. I know most of my flights are late afternoon, early evening flights just because of my work schedule and stuff. This is when I have and find the opportunity to fly. But I don't mind it, man. Sunset flights, especially in the summer. I mean, Jesus, you know, the sunsets in Duluth today at 8:34 p.m. Local time right now in Duluth is 7:46, so we'll be on the ground well in advance of sunset. Gosh, that's pretty. There's just so many pictures to take and so little time to do it. I cannot wait until they finish or get the replay mode set up. I know there's some mods. I know there's some mods to allow you to do replay mode, but I don't do mods. But it'll be cool to do replay mode because you'll be able to go back and, you know, reshoot your approach without having to be so busy. I mean, I'm busy on this thing. Slow to 200 knots. We're at 6,600 feet, and you can see right here, our altitude's just perfect. This white diamond's coming up. It's just about midpoint. We're basically flying a base leg right now. You can see right here, base leg, final. So we'll shallow out even more, 500 feet per minute. Do want to intercept that glide slope from under just a bit, which we'll be doing, because by the time we get ready to turn final, this white diamond will be up higher, maybe by that white dot, that first white dot, which is good. That's what we'd like to see. Hopefully we get a little more cooperation from ATC on this flight than we did in our flight into Spirit of St. Louis. That was kind of a mess. Never got landing clearance, and then I had that issue with the flaps. It was a valuable reminder to me to keep an eye on this right here, this AOA, angle of attack, because that will remind you if you think you've done your flaps or whatever and you haven't, as that angle of attack starts to approach that red arc, you could be in serious trouble. So, I mean, it's a graphical representation of how close you're getting to your stall speed. All right, we're at 190 now, getting ready to turn final. Distance from Ando to the airport is 5.2 nautical miles right here. The distance from Wirsa, which for whatever reason, there it is, Wirsa to the airport, isn't listed on the approach plate, but I would wager it's probably about 7. So I'm thinking about a 12-mile final. We're looking really good. 300 feet per minute, 185. We get down to 180. You see how the that white tape starts appearing right there? That's when you can do flap deployment. What'd you say, 18.3? 18.3s, that's a real whiskey. All right, so we're going to switch this over to nav 1.
Duluth Tower Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey 15 miles east inbound ILS.
We're turning final.
Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey Duluth Tower.
Looks great.
Cleared ILS runway 27 approach. Altimeter tree 0.19er 1201 and 19er. Cleared ILS runway 27 approach Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Did you say the winds were? Well, hold on. Before I check that, let me slow us down to 175 and we'll do a notch of flaps. All right, good. Coming in over Lake Superior beautifully. Winds are 201. Okay. Yeah, my live weather shows it's out of the south, so that's correct. South-southwest in the sim. So this is the correct runway. This is the runway we want to land on. We'll set the APPR. You can see right here, as I predicted, just green diamond is just about where we want it to be. Oops, pushed the wrong button. APPR, grab it. Grab the glide slope instantaneously. I mean, can you like that? Is it possible to like that anymore? We're on the glide slope. Landing lights. Depressurize. We're at 4,900 feet, looking good. There's the runway. Couldn't be more lined up. Damn.
Landing gear.
We're 10 nautical miles out, so landing gear is a good suggestion. Let's go outside. Oh my gosh. All right, boys, gear down. And we'll do another notch of flaps when we go back inside. Oh my god, this is just textbook so far. Please let it continue to work. All right, back inside. And look out that window as we do. Look at the sunlight on the wings. Jesus. Another notch of flaps. Very good. Continue slowing. We'll set our approach speed now, which I think, what did I say? What did I have it as? 142? I think I have it as 142. Landing lights are on. We are on the glide slope perfectly, confirmed right here, GS. That GS right there tells you that you're on the glide slope. And that green diamond tells you where you are on the glide slope. In terms of too high or too low. And we're just right, Goldilocks. Zoom in on that MFD down to 1 mile so we can see where we are. Although I've landed here lots of times, so I know we're going to exit left. So I have us set at 142, and yet our airspeed's listed at 146. So let's slow us down a little bit more, but not very little bit more. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, I didn't stay in Duluth. I was just in Duluth and then drove around town a little bit before I headed up north to Tower. I actually have another video, by the way, full flaps.
The tree Bravo whiskey cleared to land runway 27.
How nice.
201 and 19er.
We got landing clearance. Isn't that nice? Airspeed's 138, 139. I have another video on my YouTube channel of a landing I did at Tower Municipal Airport. I don't remember the iCal code. That was a lot of fun. Landing there. I did it at the TBM. Short runway, like 2,600 feet, but and there's no commentary. It's just the flight, but it's pretty cool. All right, this looks good. Everything looks really good. Let's go ahead and disconnect the autothrottle, and we'll get ready to disconnect the autopilot. This looks great. This is... winds are right now aloft, coming at us at 22 knots. We're 930 feet above ground level right now. I'm not seeing any Vassis or Poppies, so we'll have to rely on this green diamond just to continue to give us vertical clearance, a vertical perspective. Looks great. I think every time I've landed at Duluth, for whatever reason, it was always on runway 27, this runway. Autopilot. Get ready.
500 autopilot.
I have the airplane. Your speed's perfect. 140, 141. Trim this a little bit. Definitely feeling a little wind. Crosswind 11 knots from the left. Shit. Autothrottle stopped working there. Sorry. We fixed it. It's okay. Ah! Oof. All right. A little bumpier than I was expecting, but those 10, 11 knot crosswind from the southwest will do that to you. Here's our left turn coming up right here. Welcome to Duluth, local time 7:55. Here's our exit.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey, turn next taxiway.
Here's our exit. Ah, Duluth. Welcome back. Always good to be in
Cessna Tree Bravo
northern
Whiskey,
Minnesota.
contact ground on 121.9er.
1219, Cessna Whiskey.
121.9er, Cessna Tree Bravo.
All right. There we are, friends. Let's go to ground. And taxi to parking. Yeah, I noticed a little issue there with the autothrottle. It was appeared as though it was not disconnected as I thought it should have been, as I thought I did. Bring in those spoilers. Echo Delta. That's the whiskey. Anyway, we dealt with it. Always good to have that keyboard shortcut for autothrottle issues, which is Shift R, which I've learned through bitter experience. Now let's bring in those beautiful flaps. Whoa, sorry about that. Flaps retracted. Okay. And we'll go back in. We'll deal. Look at that plane. God, look at that plane. Come on. Let's go back in and we'll deal with our lights. Landing lights are off. Taxi lights on and the post lights off. We'll stop our timer. This wonderful, fun flight up from hour and 31 minutes up from St. Louis. Okay, gang. We'll park. Look how close we are to our parking spot. That's great. 1/10 of a mile. Works for me. Last time I was here in the TBM, I parked over here. All right, let's go. Wow. This is a short taxi. Works for me. Yeah, so anyway, welcome to Duluth. Sun's going to set in about a half an hour. Okay, there's our guy. Right here. So we're going to have to do a U-turn. I got it. Okay. So, yeah, sometimes they give this plane more credit. I couldn't make this turn. They give this plane more credit than they should because in terms of its turning radius. Don't get me wrong. It ain't bad, but, I mean, I couldn't quite make this. You wouldn't want to necessarily follow the arrows precisely. All right. Yeah, it ain't partly cloudy up here in the sim, but let's see if they got the temperature right. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. We screwed up the parking job. I can't allow that. I'm sorry. I just refuse to allow that. That was bad. That was bad. I got distracted by the switches and ended up overshooting. Damn it. Let's try that again. Well, luckily, there's no other airplanes around us. All right, let's try this again, and this time we're going to get it right. Okay, good. This is better. Oh, how nice. He started over again for us. You still want me going this way? Okay. Sorry about that, boss. Thanks for accommodating me. And that actually we look good right there. 90 degrees to the runway. That's good. Okay. Parking brake, right engine, lights. And Come on. No. There you go. One last look outside. Welcome to Duluth. There you go. That looks a lot better. I could have just been sloppy about it, but I just refused to. Sorry. Okay. Much better. Look at that. Straight as an arrow. That's what you want to see. That is what you want to see. Got that line going right up the airplane's APU. All right. Let's get back in. Let's see if we dropped to the logbook screen or not. Hopefully we do. Let's see what happens. Oh, air temperature. 19. So 58. No, 48 plus 30, 78 degrees. Yeah. All right. I'll take it. Right? 19. What is that? 19 doubled is 38 plus. No. 38 plus 68 degrees. Yes, that's correct. All right. That actually is good. There we go. All right, you guys. KSUS. Spirit of St. Louis. Up to DLH. KDLH. Duluth. Hour and 28-minute actual flight time. And this is great. This was a fun one. I actually like this flight a lot. I'm planning on flying out to Vail, Colorado, shortly. Can you hear? Sounds like someone in my family's practicing piano. Nice. All right, anyway, thanks for joining us, friends. Welcome to Duluth. Happy to be back in 10,000 Lakes land, and we'll see where we head next. But this was a fun one, and nice. Everything went nice and smooth, so that's always a relief. Have a good one.